Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Living Free with Little. My name is Debbie, and today I am going to be canning some zucchini and squash. As you see, this is all we have. We don't really can too much, only stuff that we got that we know we're not going to eat. Like my neighbor gave me tons of it. I don't want it to go waste. So we're going to be canning today. So let me show you what we got. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but I'll tell you the time and how I'm going to be doing it. So let's go into the kitchen and let me show you. Okay, so this is what I got. I got all of this. You know, it's zucchini and squash time. So I have a bucket for my scraps, you know, or whatever, and I'm just going to cut it up and cube it. Right now I have water boiling, that's for my lids, and this is going to be water that I'm going to use for my my jars I have here. My pressure canner only holds 7 quarts, so I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to show you the whole process. Only when I start, I'm going to cube up and show you what I cubed, and then put it in the containers and show you how I have it in the containers before I throw it into here. I also want to note to tell you this water is spring water. I do not like using our spigot water. So this is what's going to go into the jars when I start filling them up. So I just want to let you know about that. I put vinegar in this because we have hard water. It has a lot of chlorine. I'm not worried about the lids, about that, but yeah, I'm trying to heat up everything so I can heat up my jars. I did wash them, and yeah, I'll put them in here, and then I'll show you the process, how I'm going to cut it up and everything. Another thing too, sterilize all your utensils, anything you're using for your bubbles. And this is a great tool because it tells you the head when you go there, so how much you can put in there. But I'm really excited because now I'm going to have something else on my shelf. And sterilize everything, your holder, everything that you're going to be using. So, okay. All right, stay tuned. I got this, some sterilized jars. I'm not going to show you all of them. I have some in here, the rest of them in here. I got my lids going, and then my water over here. Sorry for the mess in here. We just got done food shopping, and I wanted to get this done as soon as possible. Okay, so I sterilized everything, and all I'm going to do is just get a mixture of this stuff. Some people cut it up and do it at the same time, but I'm trying to do a video at the same time. I don't want to do a long video, so I'm going to show you one jar that I'm doing and how high I do it. I'm excited about this. Okay, let's get these in. I'm trying not to make the video too long. So I see a lot of people doing this. I didn't think zucchini doing this, that sorry, I'm trying to talk and do this at the same time. I thought it would get squishy on there. So this tool is really neat because it tells you the headroom, and I think I'm exactly where the headroom is with the zucchini. Plus I have to get the bubbles out, so I'll keep on shaking it down. I push that down in there. So yeah, I think the headroom going around, whoop, maybe a little. Alright, so now I have to get the water and everything, so hold on for a minute. Alright, so enough headroom. I'm going to show you, especially if you're new. This is a great tool. You just go around just to make sure it's headroom. And you're going to need a teaspoon of salt for every quart. But make sure it's salt, not iodine salt or something. So now I'm going to... Now some people blanch it. I'm not blanching. I'm just going to do strictly this because it's going to be cooking for like 40 minutes on 10 pounds. So you just put the water in there. I might have to do a little bit more hot water. Oh God, this is my first time doing this, so take it right up to there. All right, that's done. I'm gonna get the salt. We said a teaspoon of salt. Now you want to make sure that the air bubbles are out. Like get it deep down in there and get those bubbles out. It's very important, they said. I don't use this. If it's not near me, I won't use this. I hear a lot of people saying that. I forget to use it, where I don't think I need it. But you need to get all the air bubbles out of here. Okay, look, the air bubbles are out. It's a little harder than I thought. Yep, well, I have to make sure that one stays down. Like they said, you want an inch headroom. All right, that looks good. So now I have to get my lid. Now that's another thing. My pack had this one, so watch it. See how that's bent? I'll use this for something I'm not really going to be using. Make sure that, oh, whoa, see? Now, as a new person, I forgot, you have to wipe the rim. Make sure it's clean because you don't want no salt on it because then it won't seal right. And then they said gently with your finger, just double check there's no cracks because you want to make sure this seals. So, I don't know why I always have trouble with this. Come on. And you want to put it right on the thing. So like that. Don't tighten it too tight. Just enough. That's it. And there you go. So I'm going to continue this and then I'll show you when I put it in there how I'm doing it, you know, the pressure canner. It's going to be 10 pounds for 40 minutes. That's how that's the time that you're supposed to do this. All right. Guys, I told you the wrong salt to use. It's pickling salt like this. And you shouldn't use that other salt, so forgive me. I just wanted to let you know. I just wanted to pop in and say that. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, so I got all 7 jars done. I still have tons left, so I don't know if I'm going to freeze it or jar it because I have to see if I have lids and more jars. So let me get it started, put it in the pot. Like I said, I could fit 7 of them in here. It's gonna look really nice on my shelf. It might not be something protein or anything, but guess what? It's food. We can mix it with rice, whatever. God, this is beautiful. I'm always scared when I take it out sometimes, like, you know, if I did it right or not. One more. And look at that, it goes right over the lids. So make sure your water is over your lids so they seal. I'm gonna just do a little bit more. That was from my my lids. So now it's like an inch. It's all over above it, so we're good. So now we just have to put the lid on. Now make sure if you use this so many times to oil your rubber and make sure everything's working all right. Yeah. And there's an arrow right there. You just put it towards the handle and seal it. Now I'm going to turn it up real high, the highest I can until I see steam coming out of here. So stay tuned because once the steam comes out, you have to wait for 10 minutes. Then you put the weight on and then you time it, and it should be 10 pounds for 40 minutes. So I'm going to let this do what it has to do, and I'm going to continue to do my other stuff that I have to do. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so I have the 7 in here and it started steaming, so I already have my timer on for 10 minutes and this popped up. So we just have to wait until the 10 minutes. It's almost up, and then we have to do the make sure it gets to 10. and we have to control the temperature on this. This is electric, so it's about the round halfway mark is usually where it stays at 10. So stay tuned. Oh yeah, by the way, I got 4 more jars out of it. So I'm gonna do the 7 and then I'll throw these in afterwards. So yay! All right, the time's coming up, 10 minutes, and I just wanted to brief before it beeps off. I did a video on this and I love it. The video is where the weight, this is 15, if you take this off it's a 10, if you take that off. This is perfect because it keeps it right at 10 and I don't have to really bother with it once it gets there. I might have to adjust it just a little bit, but this helps out a lot instead of that one that comes with it. So that's the time. So now I end it, but the reason also, if you're new, don't get scared of it. I used to be scared. This is just getting as much steam out of here before you put the weight on. So now, all you have to do is this temperature, once it gets to 10, which will give it time, it'll go up to 10, and then you're going to have to adjust if you have gas or electric, you have to adjust it until it stays there. Once it gets to 10, you do it for 40 minutes, and then it's done. And make sure afterwards you take it over and you put it onto the other burner once it's done. Do not open it up for at least a half hour. Let it cool down, and we'll get to that next step, but I'm not going to show you all that. I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. You put it on the side, let it sit for a half hour, and when you lift it, make sure you lift the lid opposite way because all the steam's going to come out. So that's all we'll be doing now is wait until it hits the 10 pounds. Once it hits the 10 pounds, then we're going to time it. Alright, stay tuned to see the results at the end to see what we got. Now I just want to let you guys know, you know, zucchini and squash is very cheap to buy, but the only thing is we got this for free, and plus I was running out of jars. All I needed was the lids, and which I had some, which I'm going to have to get more, but at least I got the jars for free because my neighbor doesn't use quart size, so everything's free right here right now except for the lids. So I'm not going to waste something like this when I can have it on my shelf. So alright, stay tuned. Another thing I want to tell you is don't leave this alone, especially if you don't have one of those weights that's exactly 10. Make sure you're like in the living room. I'm not saying, but just don't leave the house and go out and do gardening or whatever. You want to make sure. Right now it's going, the temperature is almost not even at 5 yet. But once it hits the 10, that's where you have to pay attention to where, make sure it stays at 10. So I just wanted to let you know, especially if you're new. I'm getting a little better at it. Mine is make sure to get the bubbles out, you know, and how long you're supposed to cook. But it seems like you cook like vegetables. It's usually a half hour, 40 minutes, and meats are more. It's like almost an hour you have to, you know, like I would say 75 minutes for the, if you do meats, any kind of meat. So, all right, stay tuned. All right, so now it's done. I had it on the side for at least 30 minutes or longer. The steam's out. So now when you lift it, make sure you lift it that way. See it? Now they're really, really high. So let me see. I'll put this over here. I still have 4 more to do, but I just want to show you that's done and everything ready, and see what it looks like. Not, make sure you put a towel down or something because of how hot they are. You don't want it right onto a cold one because then it'll burst on you. There we go. Let's get the first one out. The exciting part is when it pings. When you hear pop, you know it's ready. There's Dad. He's watching his news. Okay.
I'm watching the world slowly fall apart.
That's why we're preparing.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff might have came out. I don't know. Just some juice.
That's the water on top.
Alright.
It was beautiful.
And I still have 4 more. Look at them bubbling. They're actually bubbling. That's how hot they are. I'm just waiting to hear it ping. I'm hoping it looked like the level. I'm not sure with the water. You see how the water? I don't know. I think I put too much water.
No, they shrunk. I thought it was going to shrink.
Alright. So let me continue taking these out, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like while it's bubbling. Alright. Okay, here it is. Now I have, like I said, 4 more. And I have to put for the day to get it done. But I shoved as much as I could in there. But like right down here, like he says shrunk, but that's why you have to have the top. But once I hear the ping, then I'm happy. Right now I didn't hear no ping. So like this one, you can tell it's still up there. This is what I'm worrying about, is that if you don't hear that and it doesn't seal, then you're going to either have to redo it again to make sure it seals. You don't want any of these, none of these to spoil. So stay tuned and I'll let you know if it's, oh, there goes one. Did you hear it? Not this one. It just pinged. Oh my God, when you hear that, it's so exciting. So yeah, so if you want any kind of vegetable, it only takes about 40 minutes. You know, usually you put some pickle and salt, like salt or pickle and salt. And this is what you can have on your shelf. You know, and it'll last you forever, you know. So if you like, I'm so tired because I'm multitasking. As I was sitting here cooling down, I was outside doing, oh, there goes another, oh, there they go. Thumbs up, yay. All right, I'm going to continue the other 4, but I thought I'll share my first canning with squash and zucchini. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you're not subbed, please sub to me, and hit that little bell because I'll be having other notifications of other videos, and I hope everybody has a great day. Bye now.